We bought this rundown house, my boyfriend and I, while he started working on converting the kitchen into the main bedroom. I insisted on removing the old wallpaper. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling in the house. It's a lot of work to remove, but it feels so good to get rid of it. The best feeling is getting a long peel, like when your skin peels after a bad sunburn. I turned it into a game, on the hunt to rip the longest piece possible. I noticed there was a person's name and date under a corner section of paper in every room. I couldn't help but investigate and Googled those names. What I discovered left me speechless. The names all belonged to missing people, and the dates matched the day of their disappearance. We notified the police, who sent the crime scene team. I overheard one of them say, "Yeah, it's human." "Wait, what's human?" "Ma'am, where's all the material you removed? This isn't wallpaper." A father went to say goodnight to his son, as it was routine since he knew his son would have trouble sleeping if he didn't. It was a sort of silent tradition between them, one he never forgot to attend. The room was dimly lit by the lamp, but the father could clearly see there was something unusual about the kid tonight. He looked the same, just with a huge grin that drew from ear to ear. "You okay, buddy?" he asked. The son nodded, still grinning, before saying, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." The father chuckled and got on his knees to take a look. There, under the bed, was his son, his real son, pale, trembling, and scared to death. He whispered, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." Once upon a midnight dreary, in a quaint village nestled between brooding mountains and mist-laden woods, there existed an old mansion. The mansion was known far and wide, for it housed tales of terror, unfit even for the most daring of souls. Villagers spoke of it in hushed whispers, for to speak too loudly seemed to invite its dreadful secrets into their lives. The mansion's owner, a once glorious artist by the name of Alara Blackwood, had vanished many moons ago. Some said she had gone mad. Others whispered of a darker fate. The truth lay buried beneath layers of dust and forgotten memories within that decrepit house, waiting to be uncovered by the curious and the courageous. One stormy evening, a traveler by the name of Colin Hunt found himself seeking refuge from the raging tempest. The innkeeper had given him dire warnings. Yet Colin, with a restless spirit and a heart yearning for stories beyond the mundane, approached the mansion. As the gate creaked open, the wind wailed through the trees, as if trying to dissuade him from entering the foreboding grounds. Upon pushing open the massive front door, Colin was met with darkness so thick it seemed alive. The air was cold, as if the place were in the grip of an eternal winter. He lit a candle from his bag, its flickering light casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance of their own volition upon the walls. As he wandered the halls, Colin found every room drenched in the remnants of a life once fervently lived. Canvases of unfinished paintings, covered in dust, wept silent tales. In the grand drawing room, a piano stood as a statue of forgotten music, its keys yellowed and untouched. While examining Alara's studio, Colin stumbled upon a journal, its pages yellowed with age. Intrigued, he sat beneath the pale light, streaming through ivy-covered windows, and began to read. The pages were filled with accounts of her descent into madness. She described vivid nightmares that haunted her nights and whispers that trailed her every waking moment. "They call out to me, beckoning from beyond the veil. Their voices are desperate, pleading. I see their faces in every shadow, their eyes in every mirror. There is no escape from the ghosts that haunt my art and soul." As Colin read on, a chill seeped into his bones, like an icy finger running along his spine. He felt, rather than heard, a faint whispering echo surrounding him. The whisper of a woman's voice danced upon the candle's wavering flame, intertwining with the storm's howling gusts that rattled the windows. Determined to uncover more, Colin's candle led him to the basement stairs, a place the villagers had feared most. Descending carefully, he felt an oppressive weight clinging to each step. At the heart of the basement lay a room filled with unfinished sculptures, each seeming to reach out, their forms distorted as though frozen in anguish. His eyes fell upon one corner, where a towering object was draped in a dusty sheet. Tugging at the cloth, his breath caught as it unveiled a massive mirror in an ornate frame. The tarnished glass was smeared and unclear, yet held an irresistible allure. He leaned closer, entranced by the distorted reflections. Could it be the whispers were emanating from this very glass? As he stared, a shadow moved within, distinctly separate from his own. It formed into the shape of a woman, her face pale, eyes hollow and pleading. "Help me." The words reverberated through the air, a heart-wrenching beseechment that tugged at the corners of Colin's soul. Startled, he stumbled back, only to find the room growing colder, the shadows longer. The mirror's image pulsed with a life of its own, reaching out with intangible tendrils that seemed to claw at reality itself. Summoning courage mixed with fear, Colin retrieved the journal, thumbing through it feverishly for a clue. Amidst the scrawled chaos of Alara's writings, he found one final passage, stark and foreboding. "The mirror is both portal and prison. Do not gaze too deeply, else you shall become what you fear most. A shadow among shadows, a whisper lost to the chasm of time." Gasping, Colin realized Alara had succeeded in snaring herself within the clutches of her own creation. The shadow in the mirror was her, bound eternally, a tragic masterpiece of her own making. In that moment, he understood that her plea was not for salvation, but a warning, a caution against the same fate. With trembling hands, he replaced the sheet upon the mirror and retreated up the basement stairs, the whispering fading with each reluctant step. The candle's flame sputtered, valiantly battling the encroaching darkness as he made his way back through the desolate mansion. Emerging into the turbulent night, Colin closed the grand door behind him. The storm, its fury unabated, roared in celebration of his escape. Yet, despite his return to the village and its welcoming lights, the shadows held a deeper meaning, the whispers a chilling reminder. The villagers saw a changed man, a traveler burdened with a tale too horrific to share. And so, the mansion remained, cloaked in mystery, keeping its secrets tightly locked within the echoes of its crumbling halls. Its whispers, a somber dirge of one woman's fleeting grasp at freedom, would forever linger amidst the shadows and storms.